Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Attacker here, and so for today, Sonic Frontiers was the latest game that will be coming out next year on the holidays of 2022, and this will be the next game of the mainline installment, and it was announced at the recent Game Awards alongside with the Sonic the Hedgehog Movie 2 trailer and all. And I have to say, the trailer itself and a good look at this game after about, I think it's been around since May or April since we got in the teaser of it, and I have to say, I was surprised that they only showed a little bit of Sonic Frontiers and all. And, you know, I can definitely understand why they kind of did something like with Forces, where they only show a bit of what's really going on without us even knowing what's really happening in the first place before showing it off more around, I don't know, the same year or somewhere between then. And I have to say, this could be a very good potential game. But for this video, I'm gonna say it right now, I'm carefully optimistic about Frontiers and all. And not only am I saying that I'm pretty much a little careful on what I'm expecting for Frontiers, I'm also gonna do a bit of analysis on the trailer. Now, I'm not that big of an analysis person, but for this one, I have some questions that really needs to be answered once SEGA and Sonic Team discuss this game even more in the near future and all. And with that, let's just not waste time. Let's get kind of started out with the whole analysis part of the trailers. So first off, this is where we get to see the same scene where Sonic is running from something that I am not entirely sure of. And then you see these rockets. I can't even tell if that's supposed to be some sort of like, I can't even tell if that's supposed to be one of Eggman's missiles and all. But this could be another thing for like a new enemy that I'm thinking of. But then they went to this exact scene here that definitely needs some answering. Like, when I first heard the voice, I was wondering on who it was. Some might say it could be a new character that will be appearing in Frontiers, which I guess it makes sense. Every single Sonic game always introduces a new character, whether they stay for the series for good or they decided not to appear ever again. Characters such as rest of the Deadly Six or, you know, Infinite and all. But this one, I'm not too sure of. I doubt it's gonna be a new character, but when I first heard that voice, I legit thought it was Tails. But then someone on Twitter pointed out that if you go to like the Xbox version of this trailer, like keep in mind it is the same trailer and all, just nothing else. But the caption stated that it was like a ghostly voice, or was that PlayStation? I'm not sure. Regardless, either the PlayStation or Xbox had the captions on. If you turn on the captions for either the PlayStation or Xbox version of this trailer, you can see that the voice is actually Amy, which makes me think, is Amy gonna play a huge role in this, or is Sonic gaining, or did Sonic gain like some sort of a new power on some things, which I am not entirely too sure if that's either gonna be Amy. That makes me think Amy's gonna play a huge role in this, but hey, I mean, it's great to see Amy playing a huge role, or maybe this might be the first time she plays a huge role, because the last time I remember her actually playing a very somewhat big role was either back in, what was it, Sonic Heroes or Sonic Adventure 2? I can't really recall, but yeah, I've seen many speculating that it's actually Amy. To me, personally, I think it's Tails, but if it's gonna be Amy, then I'm very curious to see what Amy's role is supposed to be. But then we get to this part of the trailer right here, in which I have no idea what this is supposed to be. This is the same particles or power that we saw from the teaser, but it makes me think that this might be something to do with, I don't know, his appearance and his role on the new land, which is called Starfall Island, according to the Frontiers website and all. Yes, that's right, the website is actually up, I forgot to mention that, but yeah, this is kind of where Sonic and friends are possibly at, which is Starfall Island, and I am not too sure about this weird power-up thing. At first when everyone saw the teaser, many think this is sort of like a sequel to Forces, which I highly doubt that. Like, when was the last time the Sonic games have an actual sequel to one another? Because I can't recall the last sequel we've gotten to a mainline Sonic game. The last one I remember was either Sonic Adventure 2, or I might just be wrong. So anyhow, I really doubt this is something to do with the Infinite Ruby that appears in Forces and all, in which I really do think that this could be a new power-up that might involve something to do with Sonic and friends being on Starfall Island and all. But anyhow, I have to say the way the power is visually look is very stunning to me. But then we go to these many different places, in which I have to say, this definitely gives Breath of the Wild vibes in my opinion. I mean, I think it's really obvious by how visually stunning it looks, and I really don't know what to say. The bridges, the water's somewhat realistic, and especially the fields. Everything else is so beautiful, and the landscape as well. Wow. Plus, the landscape itself also shows off in the Frontiers website, and in the descriptions, it mentions landscapes brimming with dense forests, overflowing waterfalls, sizzling deserts, and more. Meaning there will be some deserts involved in here. So far, we only seen some grasslands and some very realistic looking water. I have to say, I did not expect this whole land. I did not expect Starfall Islands to actually be very realistic, and I have to say, like I said, it's definitely giving me Breath of the Wild vibes and all. And I know some might say this could be a Breath of the Wild copy, some might think that this is a joke, while most take it serious and all. Look, Breath of the Wild is a great game, even though I never played it. All I can say is that this could really give out the whole open world landscape, because the website also said about an open zone freedom, hinting that this game could really be an open world Sonic game, in which we haven't gotten since, I assume it was either Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, or maybe Sonic 06. I don't remember the last one that had some sort of an open world like Sonic game, but this could definitely be the first one we gotten in years. And I have to say, an open world Sonic game is definitely on one of my wanted lists for Sonic games. But then we finally get to the final part of this trailer, which is a giant... I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, is it some sort of a mythical, mechanical creature? Or is it one of Dr. Eggman's robots or something like that? And I don't really know about this thing right here. This could be the new villain, for all I know, or this could just be a legend, because usually in some stories there's mostly legends being a part of this, like some sort of like a huge crucial role in this. But this one right here, I'm very optimistic that this could either be a new villain that can be controlled by something inside, or this could just be another one of Dr. Eggman's giant robots that he created. But we haven't really seen Eggman yet, and I really hope that Eggman at least has some sort of a role. I'm very tired of him being the main villain and all. I want at least some characters to have at least the main villain role and all. So all I can say is that this could either be a giant robot that can be, some sort of a mythical thing, or another one of Eggman's robots. And that was really about it for the analysis. Now look, like I said, I'm not that much of an analysis person, but you can tell that this game definitely has potential. In which the next part of this is something to do with me being a little, carefully optimistic about this game, and especially my hopes for Frontiers. You see, I'm gonna say this right now, and that's the fact that Frontiers has potential. For the past decade and all, Sonic games has been kind of going a little downhill with this, with its story, its characters, and especially its plots and all. Like, Sonic Boom was an atrocious, installment, in which I really don't want to remember that at all. And Sonic Lost World was just okay to me in terms of stories and characters. I mean, no, what am I saying? The Deadly Six were just crappy villains in my opinion. Eggman at least was enjoyable. Sonic and Tails, not so much, and Amy and Knuckles didn't really do anything in the entirety of Sonic Lost World. And then there's Sonic Forces, a game that you kind of see me crap on a lot, in which I don't exactly hate Forces. I just find the game mediocre, and it had so much potential. This could be the same situation for Sonic Frontiers. They showed up the trailer that looks visually stunning, but then when we get to see the gameplay and everything else, then it's definitely just mid and all. And one thing that I just hope for Frontiers is not just a game that, has a good plot and an interesting story, but also very great level designs. One of the biggest flaws about Sonic Forces was the lack of any level design. You go by them so quick that it's not even fun to even play on the levels at all, and that's really what I hope for Frontiers. And plus, with the open world like landscape, it kind of makes me think maybe there could be some sort of a story that might take place, and it's sort of like it's kind of like one of those. It's kind of like all open world games where you find a world unexpectedly just to progress the story and all. Yeah, something like that, something like that. And then my other hopes for Frontiers is the fact that I really hope the characters are actually better. Like, I love Sonic, I love Shadow and Knuckles, but Knuckles himself, despite him being my favorite, needs a little improvement. As we saw from the Sonic Movie 2 trailer, Knuckles seems more of a hot-headed, knucklehead-like character, that was supposed to be his personality now until Sonic Boom, butchered his entire character and just turned him into a comic relief. Tails was so frustrated in Forces, but he was not really that better in like Lost World as well. And then there are characters like Amy. Like I said before, Amy could play a huge role in this entire story, or she could just be stay the whole Sonic fangirl thing. And I'm very curious about the other characters as well. Maybe I'm not sure about Shadow. For all I know, he could be the anti-hero once again and could just somewhat turned against Sonic and all. Silver, I'm not too sure, and I think it's best for some of the Sonic characters to at least be lowered down from just Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, and maybe Silver, possibly Cream, and obviously Dr. Eggman along with Orbot and Cubot. Heck, maybe the bosses could be fun, and that's another one of my hopes. The bosses could actually be more creative. In Forces, they felt very okay. Like, you go by them so quickly. In Lost World, it's varied up this time, but the Deadly Six, like I said, are pretty crappy villains, and you can expect their boss fights to be very okay as well. And like I mentioned during my analysis, villains are very important. I want a new villain that is absolutely likable. Infinite had potential. The Deadly Six, like I've mentioned before, I'm not going to mention it again. And all I just want was a villain that could just stay the primary and main villain other than Eggman. I love Dr. Eggman, but I think it's time for him to take a break from all the villainy stuff throughout the entire years and go with a more fresher, Sonic villain that could either be new or it could be one of Sonic's friends transforming into, gaining like mind control from that giant mythical creature thing that we saw from the trailer and all. And those are just some of my hopes and all, but I mentioned in the very beginning that I am carefully optimistic about this game, meaning I don't want to get my hopes very high on this, because if Sonic Frontiers is just a mediocre game, then I'm not sure what to feel about it. I'll still play it though, because it would still be fun either way, but it just really lost so much potential in there, and I really hope, and look, if SEGA and Sonic Team is hearing this, I hope you guys take your time on Sonic Frontiers this time. I don't want it to be a somewhat disaster. Even I don't want it to be a bit of a disaster after waiting almost half a decade of a new Sonic game since Forces and all. And I really hope you guys take your time on making Frontiers a beautiful game with amazing, with great writing. Better writing. I don't want just a great writing. I just want a better writing this time. Better character developments, better character personalities, bosses, level design, everything else. I just hope you guys take your time on this, and I hope you all don't butcher this entire thing. But I kind of bet that they're gonna do it anyways. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you all think of Sonic Frontiers so far? I know we haven't gotten this far into the gameplay yet or anything else. We could see it next year, but I just want to know what your hopes are for this, because I just don't know what to say about Frontiers at this point. But I'm just a little careful on my optimism here. So I just want to know all your opinions about Sonic Frontiers. And so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos, follow my Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember this: once a legend, always a legend.
Like a Hellcat.